Hey guys, it's Spiffyguy, and I'm here with another gear video. And this time we're talking about some modifications that I made to my bottle bags. Now, these bottle bags are pretty popular with the bushcraft and the tactical crowd. They, they house your bottles and a bunch of other stuff. This is the Condor 10x4, and then this is the Pathfinder bag set. This is the older version. The newer version they made a little bit wider. So one of the issues that I had with these bags is that the stuff at the bottom is hard to get out. You kind of end up wrestling to try to get the cup out from underneath the water bottle and the lid. And typically you'd put your lid at the bottom here, which works fine, except it's hard to get out. So I used to put the lid up here in the lid of the bag, but it wasn't very secure and it would fall out. So I decided to modify it a bit. So I came up with a couple different mods, and the first one I put in on the Pathfinder bag here, and that was simply to use a little bit of elastic to hold in my lid, and it also works to hold in my Trangia stove. The Pathfinder bag is a little bit taller than the Condor, and so consequently it's designed to have a stove in there already, so this actually works. So what this is just a piece of 1-inch elastic that was sewn in, and I made it, I think these are about 4 1/4. I would recommend doing about 4 1/2 to 4 3/4, because this did get a little tight shoving it in there. This works out fine. It's a super easy mod to do. Your stuff just kind of pops right out, and there you go. The issue that I had though was the Pathfinder cup lid has these little slits in there for the fish mouth spreader, which you can use as a bail, and consequently these little guys would grab hold of this, and it made it a little bit more difficult to get in. So I decided to make a different modification on the Condor, and I think I'm going to eventually do this modification over here on the Pathfinder as well. And what I did is I took a couple pieces of cloth and I cut them at about 4 1/4, and that way I could put a little hem on the edge here, and I sewed it in. And so I have 2-inch elastic up here. I got a mini bic, I've got some fire straws, backup fire steel, and then canvas needle or sail needle with a little piece of cork on the end so I don't stab myself. And this opens up via Velcro, and inside you can put whatever other junk that you want. In here I have got my Esbit. We've got a full box of matches and an Esbit cube. So nice way to utilize this lid, which is otherwise sort of empty space, you know. If you're closing this up on your water bottle, you still have a lot of space there. So the Trangia does work in here, although it is very, very tight to kind of get that in there. You know, you kind of got to wrestle it in there and then press it down, because you see it doesn't really quite want to get there. You can make it go, but preferably you would keep your Trangia or your stove somewhere else. So what this is, like I said, this is 4 1/4, and it is 2 pieces. As you can see here, I made a little sleeve, got a lid, and then a little ground shield for my Esbit stove, which is useful to have. And so what this is 2 4 1/4 pieces, like I said. And then what I did is I used this this 2-inch ribbon, a gauze grain, I don't know how the hell you pronounce it, that stuff right there. And I use that as a hinge, and that way you can fold this out and work on it. I used the 1-inch version up here with just a little bit of Velcro to kind of keep that secure and keep my lids from flying out when I flip it over. And that's pretty much it. You can see that it's just a simple back stitch all the way through. It didn't come even out on the outside, so just a real simple modification. I think on the Pathfinder one I might put another piece of elastic in here and do some smaller organizations for like spice straws. Take a straw, you put spices in, heat seal each, and you know, you could line up a whole culinary delight in here. And you could, I mean, you could even put in a soup or something, or, you know, tea bags, extra tea bags and things like that in your cook kit. So it's kind of a handy little mod, and it kind of stays out of the way there. This was all hand sewn. Like I said, I used a back stitch. You could probably make this piece with a machine, although it would be a little bit hard to attach. One thing to note is with your Velcro, I did use some industrial strength Velcro, and it was sticky on the back side. And so when I sewed through there, it was a little bit more difficult because it kind of stickified my my needle there. But anyway, there you go. There's some options, and go to town and do your own ideas. Anyway, guys, that's 2 mods right there to keep your lid and other items in the top of your tactical water bottle carriers. So if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and post them below. Be sure to check out the Facebook page. You know, I post some of this stuff up on the Facebook. And, you know, go out and mod your gear. That's kind of what it's there for. It's your gear, and make it work to the best, most efficient use for you. Because everybody has different needs and wants. So just remember that life's an adventure, and go out and have one with your brand new modified water bottle pouch.